Okay, so as per the agenda, we are dot on time 3:05, 3:05, right? So today's we are 15th June 2024. So as you have seen the flyers, what it says, begin with the end in mind. So we have, or rather, I have in mind that I will take away from this meeting with me. So, what about all of you? Because we have sufficient time, and distinguished Toastmaster Alisha told us you can hang out for some time so that more people can join. Uh, Is this right? So, meanwhile, we will interact. So, meanwhile, as a master of ceremony, let's interact each other and see. So, what is our goal, or we are end to our Toastmaster term 2023 and 2024. And we are into the beginning of another 15 days to start our new term 2024 and 25. So maybe all of you have taken some club roles, district role, or Odyssey role as a mentor, mentee, entrepreneur, whatever it is. So then also we need to begin at the term, right? We as a person in Toastmaster or in life or in job, we have something to start with or something to end with. Am I right? Can I raise of hands? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So meanwhile, we are 19 people on the board, and we are very happy. Uh, I have just got, still my voice is breaking. Oh,
Yeah, I think we
let
can start.
me. Okay, okay. Okay. So let me introduce myself as I am the master of ceremony. And before I start, first of all, let's we thank Toastmaster Amber Karina for taking this wonderful event with lot of hard work. When I met her from Odyssey Project as a mentor, so we were discussing so many things, and then she told me something about pathway. I told, yes, I completed my pathway. I was very excited to share with her that as I'm a mentor and I can tell her what I have done it. But I have not done any very great thing which I came to know when she shared with me that there are a lot of things which can we get by using pathway. We are doing things as we are seeing it in a closed box. When we are seeing things in a closed box, so you are restricting yourself to get what exactly we can get out of that. So when we are open-minded and open our mind and open our box of pathway given by the Toastmaster, so we can get so many things which I came to know when our Toastmaster Amber Karina shared one YouTube with me. She sent a link to me. I have gone through it. Then I thought, is it this why we are not taking that step ahead to think out of the box? So when she told me about that, she had gone ahead of that for planning all this thing. But I was just helped her to say, okay, you are on the right track. As I mentioned, just given her a green signal to go ahead and do it. It's a fantastic thing which is Toastmaster we are doing as a servant leader. We are sharing our knowledge to get learn more and more by sharing our experience with the new Toastmasters as well as an experienced Toastmaster. No doubt, I am the DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster. So somebody in one meeting told DTM meaning to me, don't time me. I was very surprised what it is. Don't time me, what it is. So he is telling when you get something, so you have so many things to speak. So don't take that DTM into that consideration that you speak, and don't give chance to other to speak and to listen to them. So now when you come to the listening to it, we have the very patience and very actively we have to think that we are here or we are meeting each other or we are doing something to learn something. Unless until we see or we understand that we want to learn or we want to gain, we cannot take anything. Because unless until you give your time, you cannot take it. So I think now I'll not go much into it because there are so much things to be in this meeting. With the two speaker, we are already on the board, and with the time is to start, and we have a green signal from speaker one also. We can start it. So let me first introduce the first speaker. So can I have a show of hand? Are we ready? If you cannot plus use your emoji also. You can use your reaction button so that still I'm not seeing it. Ishan, come. Paramjit Singh, come. Let's wake up. I just had my lunch and I'm just feeling sleepy. That's why I'm telling, okay, let's thank you everybody to making this event wonderful by your interaction and your reactions. Thank you very much. Distinguished Toastmaster two-time. What? Is it easy to be distinguished Toastmaster two-time? No. You have to do two-time part. You have to have area director. You have to take your role in the club for 1 year. It is not easy to get distinguished Toastmaster two-time, right? So chartered president and current president of Passion E6 Integration Toastmaster Club, Area 51, Division 51, Area W, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Keynote Inspiration Talk Pathway, your path to career enhancement in communication skill, determine how far you can do. Let me repeat, your communication skill determine how far you can go, right? So we are here to listen to a wonderful and experienced Toastmaster. Please help me welcome to distinguished Toastmaster Alicia Tay. Toastmaster Alicia Tay, stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Let me see. Okay. I should have.
You are audible. Your screen is, your sharing screen is visible. A request to all the members. You have it in the chat box. Something is there. You have to click and see what it is. Agenda is there, as well as you have feedback forms are there. After the speaker complete, we will have feedback, and for the complete session also we should feedback. So we will not come in between the speaker and in the beginning to learn pathway to see the end in mind. Please give a round of applause and stage to speaker one, Toastmaster Alicia Tay.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening to the whole world. Today, I'm going to talk about pathway in relation to your career. Let's find out what we can learn from this 1 hour talk. I'll try my very best to add value to every participant. Now, today's theme is begin with the end in mind. What does it mean? What does it mean? Actually, it means you must know what you ultimately want to achieve. The key word here is ultimately. You will be surprised. A lot of people, they don't know the word ultimate. They think, oh, this is my goal. For example, they think that communication skills is the goal, is the ultimate goal. No, this is not your ultimate goal. Communication is your tool, but not your ultimate goal. What is your ultimate goal? For those who are working still in their career advancement is the ultimate goal. In life, we want to be peaceful and happy. This is our ultimate goal in life. Do you agree? Now, we want to find out, why do I say so? Why? Well, I give you a situation. Imagine this situation with me at work when you cannot communicate well with your boss. Who is in the disadvantage? Don't forget that your boss is the one who gives you the performance review. If you cannot communicate well with him, you are in a disadvantaged position. And imagine this, if you don't perform well, that is even worse, right? Now, assuming just now I said, assuming you didn't communicate well. Now, we have the second assumption. What if your communication skill is okay? Not too bad. What happened? You will stay at the same position for a long time. You've been waiting for your promotion. You wonder, why didn't I get my promotion? Well, you know, when your boss considers promotions, there's one key factor he or she must consider. Because when you are promoted to the higher level, higher position, what does it mean? It means you will be also communicating with the higher ranking personnel in the company. And also you are representing the company, communicating with your clients, higher level clients. So do you think communication is the key factor for your boss to consider? Yes, knowing that if I were the boss, I will consider. Okay, when you think you are communicating well. So what does it mean? That also means in a situation when you communicate. I give you a scenario. When your boss come to you, he or she want to talk to you one issue that he or she concerns, then, a lot of bosses, they might not have good communication also. And he come to you, he said, Alicia, then he start to talk about this thing and that thing, and then he ask you, why is it like that? What is it like that? You look at him, you don't know what he is up to until the end. You might not be able to guess it right. You had to guess. But however, if the boss come to you and say, Alicia, I have one key concern in this issue. Can we talk? Immediately you are focused, you're prepared to talk about it. Do you see the difference with effective communication and not effective communication? It is very important. Not to mention the word today is social media world, right? Everybody is expressing themselves, doing their publicity through video. If you can communicate well, and the attention span of every video is very, very short, less than 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds, right? You need to really project your words, your communication sharp to capture the attention. This is a big challenge for everyone, right? Now, in life, what is important that communication in life? To your kids, you know that you are the first role model to your kids at home. They learn, they observe you, they copy you, right? And to your parents, with the people around you that have generation gaps, how do you communicate? And what about people who are introverts? How do you open up to talk to them? Communication, if you have good communication skills, you can really break the ice, you can enjoy good relationship, you can enjoy peace and happy life. You all know that communication is one of the key factor to instigate to emotion, right? To instigate emotion. Certain words that you use, people don't like to hear, right? And then you don't understand each other. That is very important. Now, I want to talk to you about a scenario in Toastmasters. I saw that, I think this is a reality. A lot of people, when they join Toastmasters, they got excited. They feel that, oh, this is what, after they have listened to the role model, oh, this is what I want. They got excited. They joined Toastmasters. However, they drop off quickly or halfway before really achieve what they ultimately want to achieve. Why? Why? To me, it all boils down to two key reasons. Number one, they don't understand enough the impact of these communication skills. This is why I want to explain all this to you. Whoever have not seen the impact yet, we have to really understand so that you know it is important to stay on the race, to stay on the journey, right? And two reasons, that is one of the biggest reasons. A lot of people, they join Toastmasters with very exciting mode. And because at that point in time, they were nervous, they feel that they cannot, they want to have the competency to speak in front of people, right? Then very soon, they gain that, I wouldn't say competency, they gain that comfort zone. They feel comfortable to speak, to talk in front of the audience. They think, okay, I'm done. I have learned it. I'm great, and they don't realize it, and they don't know that communication, speaking is a matter of practice. I joined Toastmasters in 1997, and I'm 2 times distinguished Toastmasters. Why am I still here? Why? Because Toastmasters is a platform for me to keep practicing. I need to keep up my standard. I need to live up to my title as a distinguished Toastmaster. If you believe me, and this is the reality. If you stop it, you come back in 6 months' time, or 1 year's time, you maybe 3 months, then you will start having the speech scratcher. You will start feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Practice, there's no end to it. There's no graduation to practice. You just have to keep practicing. If you see that, you will stay on this stage, because on this stage, you get feedback, give positive feedback. Okay? Now, we need to come into the question, how and what? Yes, that 99% shows that is people who fail. 99% of the reason, 90% of them is because they don't understand enough of these 2 key reasons. They don't understand the impact. They don't understand that you need to keep practicing and there's no end to it, right? Now, come to how and what. What can Toastmasters provide you and make you a very effective communicator? Toastmasters now, we have 6 pathways. Pathways is the education system in Toastmasters International. We learn communication skill. We learn public speaking skill by finishing path by path. But I'm not going to go into every path specifically, because all the pathways is designed in the same manner, 5 stages. And I will go through the 5 stages with you. Every path, we will go through this stage, the level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. Let's look into level 1. Level 1 is the fundamental skills that you have to learn in order to master public speaking or communication skill, right? Icebreaker. Today, our theme is begin with the end in mind. Icebreaker is also the same. Why do I say so? Icebreaker is the first time you speak in front of the public to people who never have tried it before, of course. icebreaker is for you to introduce yourself. When you introduce yourself, you know yourself so much. You know yourself, you have everything in your mind. You don't even need to think and memorize, right? You should be naturally speaking from your heart, right? You should be talking about yourself because this is the person you know, you're familiar most. So everything should come automatic, like non-stop. This indeed is the highest level of public speaking. You should be speaking from your heart, speaking so naturally, like talking about yourself in every speech you do, you present. Of course, when you are doing your icebreaker, you have the nervousness, you have the fear, stage fear that limited you. But that essence is what we want to have at the end. Now, moving on to writing a speech with purpose. Just now, I give you an example. When you talk to someone, you don't highlight, don't give that purpose of your communication. People, it will have a hard time and the effectiveness will be reduced. For example, just now I give you an example, right? When you say, Alicia, if I come to you, I want to talk to you with this issue that I concern. This is your purpose. You come to me. But if you don't set it up front, people will be following, spinning around, putting around the bush, like don't understand eventually what you're talking about. So with a purpose and state your purpose from the very beginning, it is very important. It makes a big difference, trust me. Now, introduction to vocal variety and body language. Do you know that 55% of our speaking is non-verbal? If I talk to you like no facial expression, no body gesture, no hand gesture, no body language, no vocal variety, I just talk like that. What do you think? And you listen to me, you wish to pick up my message, pick up what I say also together with the visual. I demonstrate one example to you. It is like the same words I say. What are you doing, right? What are you doing? So, what are you doing, huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? Same words, same sentence. The impact is different, correct? So vocal variety, body language is very, very important in your speaking. Evaluation and feedback. Do you know that even taking evaluation, taking feedback, you need to learn? You need to take feedback and evaluation with an open mind and open heart. We must learn that to be humble, we must have the humble heart to learn. And in Toastmasters, we also must understand one very important thing. Everyone is learning in Toastmasters. We come to this platform in Toastmasters. When you receive feedback, that is a little bit harsh. Don't take it too hard. We have to take every feedback with open heart, with understanding. This person is also learning. You take the meaning, the feedback, the meaning of the feedback. Don't be too sensitive, right? Learning with open heart and open mind is very important. Now, after finishing level 1, you should have the basic and fundamental skills to do a speech. Let's move into level 2. Level 2 is about learning your style. Communication starts from yourself. You need to learn yourself first because everyone have a different style. You cannot pretend who you are not, but you can improve on who you are. Bring out the best in you by going through these speeches, project speeches, understanding your leadership style. I was very surprised when I first found out my leadership style. And my leadership style changed from the first time I did this project. The second time, of course, I finished six paths. Then you will be surprised to see your leadership style change because this is your improvement. Every time you find, oh, I am like that, I need to change. So that's how you improve yourself. And you know that if your leadership style is authoritative, you feel that, oh, this is not what I want. I want to be softer. I want to be more approachable. Then you can adjust yourself through the feedback and through the project. Communication style is the same. I used to be very direct, very direct. And I am still very direct. Nonetheless, I've learned the skill that I can be direct, but I have to learn the soft skill, the word I use, the tones, the gesture, the facial expression. All this one I learned, and although I still keep my nature as a very direct person, but wrapping with all this skill, do you feel more comfortable with me now? I hope yes, and I believe yes. Introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. This project is very, very, very important because in Toastmasters, mentoring is all about, everyone join Toastmasters would have a mentor. And this mentorship is from mutual, from both sides. As a mentee, as a protege, you have a lesson to learn. You need to work with the mentor. You need to really learn how to work with them to have the best result. And the mentor, of course, have a lot to learn. So at the end of this project, when you do this to present this speech, in Toastmasters, it's like that. Every project is something for you to learn. That is an objective. And you learn through that, and then you deliver the lesson learned, what you have learned, what you gain. And this is how we share with all the members who have not done this project. And you want to give a message to encourage people to be more participative, to be more encouraging if you are a mentor that you have learned. If you're a mentee and you find that your mentor is not so, it's a little hard, let's say, a little hard, and you wish your mentor could be a little softer, a little more approachable, or a little more proactive. And then when you deliver your speech, you can tell the audience who want to be a mentor, you can say, oh, when you are a mentor, oh, even yourself, when I want to be a mentor next time, I want to watch out my attitude. I want to watch out how I say in my communication skill. I need to know, I need to spend time with my mentee first and build the connection, understand each other, all these things, what you have learned, right? So level 2 is very important. Now you learn yourself, you are ready to serve, to go further. Increasing knowledge, level 3, yes. Starting from level 3, 4, and 5, every part will have a little bit of different, mainly from the first speech, the mandatory speech. Others, the elective are the same. Now, we want to focus on the purpose. I'm not going through every speech. The 1 and 2 are very important. I must go through each and every one. But starting from 3, 4, 5, I will go to one example later, but I want to tell you the purpose of every level. In level 3, it is to help us increase knowledge. Yeah, of course, you need to increase knowledge, because as a speaker, you need to talk about a lot of things that are meaningful, that can benefit the audience. There are things that you don't know, you need to learn. For example, negotiate the best outcome. Have you experienced negotiation? Negotiation is not only in business, it's everywhere, even at home with your family, your kids. So in this project, it tells you exactly what is negotiation. It provides you the skill. It's a good skill to learn. After that, you can teach. When you have the knowledge, you can teach. There are a lot of knowledge we can learn from each level. Now we come to the elective. The elective for this level 3, look at all this you can learn. A lot you can learn. That's how you learn to be effective communicator. You need knowledge, you need skills. Learn how to be active, to be an active listener. Communication indeed begin with listening. Do you realize that when you ask a question, what does it mean? It means you want to listen. You want to know more of the person. You need to find out first. So when people talk, you want to listen, because a lot of people, they cannot talk succinctly to the point. They are beating around the bush. Then you have to get the gist from all these things. And if you have the capability, you are good. Connect with storytelling. Yeah, a lot of people like storytelling. Story is very good to get people's attention. Creating effective visual aids, deliver social speeches, effective body language. Focus on the positive. Inspire your audience. Know your sense of humor. Make connection through networking. Prepare for an interview. Understanding vocal variety. If you didn't do it that one, you can do it again. You can always repeat. One thing good about those pathways, you have the chance to repeat what you have delivered and not being fully satisfied. You can do it again. Keep practicing. Then using a presentation software, research and presentation. All these topics, I love them. Now I want to pick one more example, because I think this is very, very good. Focus on the positive. This project, I encourage everyone to do it at least one time. In this project, you will record your mood, your feeling every day consecutively for 14 days. And you want to observe your negative moods. Then how do you turn all this negativity into positivity? This is the chance for you to learn, to practice. And then you can share your experience in your speech delivery. Okay. Level 4. Level 4, now you have the basic of the communication. You know yourself, your strength, right? Now, then you have learned a lot of knowledge, some knowledge from level 3. Now, it's time to put all things together to build skills solidly. Then you start to have a bigger project. You do all these things with projects. Manage change is a project, okay? Most of I think all of the speeches in starting from level 4, in a way, is a project, either a bigger one or smaller one or longer one or shorter one. You always have to do a project. Then at the end, you share what you have learned through this project, the challenges, the lesson learned. Very interesting. See, in level 4, see, we have a lot of options. Build a social media presence. Have you tried it before? Have you done it? Create a podcast, manage online meeting, manage projects successfully, managing a difficult audience. I like this. I love this project very much. I learned so much from this project and I applied it in my career. I am a trainer. I do have a lot of difficult audience during my training session. And I apply the skills practically. It's so good. It's very important. And then we have manage public relations strategies, Q&A session, and write a compelling blog. Try it. Try it. You will build up your skill and make a very solid competencies. Last but not least, oh, maybe I should get the level 5. Level 5. When come to level 5, this level 5 is a finale, it's the end of each path. When you come to level 5, you should be able to speak like a pro. Yes, you do have that skill at this stage. In level 5, almost every project is considered a big project. We have a project called Speak Professionally. It's in some path is a mandatory. I think presentation mastery is a mandatory. But in this is, if you don't get that path, you can do it from the elective. Prepare to speak professionally. Do you know that before I did this project, I didn't know in specifically what is professional. You know, and sometimes you take for granted. You think you know what is professional. Wait until you do this project. You look at all these criteria. Oh, so then after that, I became so confident. You know why? Because I know exactly what I should do, what I should say, how I do it is considered professional. And when you know it very clearly, you can check it yourself, right? And you dress up professionally, right? And then you stand, your gesture, your knowledge about that project, all these things show that you are professional in that topic, okay? Now, having said all this one, let me show you one example. One example. When you do a pathways project, I would like to highlight and reiterate one thing. Most people, they only read the purpose from this evaluation form. No. Even to today, when I do a speech project, although I know already, I've done it, I still go back to the manual. There's no easy way. Don't take the shortcut. Go back to the manual. This evaluation form is very, very brief. You will be missing a lot. Let me show you what you have been missing. Compare these two. If you only read this evaluation form, the purpose statement, check it out. How much you have missed. How much? A lot of people, when I do evaluation, they say, oh, the evaluation form. I said, did you read the manual? They didn't read the manual. You must read the manual to identify specifically what you need to achieve, what is the objective. There's no fast shortcut. Because if you don't do so, you will not be able to specifically achieve the objective. If you don't achieve the objective, what does it mean? You didn't learn. You didn't learn. You can see in Toastmasters, yeah, you can, even you feel it, you can feel it yourself. If you rush through speeches, you will realize that you didn't improve much because you didn't meet the objective. When you didn't meet the objective, it really means you didn't learn it. This is, I can assure you. Now, talking about begin with the end in mind. In our pathways have a lot of information. A pathways manual has a lot of information. A lot of people told me, oh, I have read it, but then they still don't understand. Then I give you some focus. In Toastmasters, when you come to the manual, you go right to the competence. After reading the objective, you go right to the competency. This is the end that you will, at the end, you will learn what you will learn. You have to check it yourself. Do you get this competency? If you don't get this competency, you didn't learn it. This is the end. You must begin with the end in mind. This is what it means. Go check it out. At the end of this project, what should I learn? What kind of competency I would have added? Yes, in Toastmasters, this pathways manual provide you a lot of information. When you go to the content page, this one is just general. Some paths, they don't have that much of the content, but generally, you focus on these things. These are the information source you need to read through to know how to do this project. Really true. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Starting from difference between all these things, the explanations. You see, I give you the detail of this. You can read through. This manual provides you a lot of information. In fact, if you are the reading type of person, now I'm the kind of person I learn by myself. I read, I learn by myself. But a lot of people, they are not like that. After they read, they still don't understand. Then that's okay. When you have, at least you have read it one time. When you have read it one time, you seek help, you seek mentorship. Then in the communication, it will be effective because you are all on the same page. You know what this mentor is trying to teach you. Oh, my time is up, correct now. How much time do I have? Amber, how much time do I have? I'm done, right? My time is up, right? Okay, I think I'm also to the end. Yes, I have covered everything I want to cover. Sorry, I might have taken too longer time. My apologies.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Alisha, for taking us too deep into the water of pathway learning. You have taken us how we can take this path for our career development. I think it is for everybody, and this information will help us to understand more pathway, how we can dig ourselves to the pathway and learn more about it and share with the people. Now, moving ahead in the agenda, we have someone who can give us feedback of the speaker one. To do that, we have one gentleman from area 109, Italy. He is ready with his feedback for speaker number one, distinguished Toastmaster Alisha Teh. First, give distinguished Toastmaster Alisha Teh big round of applause. Can we have reaction buttons on, please? Thank you. Thank you very much for making this online meeting as we are into the physical meeting with your reaction buttons. Alisha, all is for you. Thank you very much for wonderful presentation and insight with your all energy in your thing. And please help me welcome from District 109, Italy, Kat Schrader for taking up evaluation of speaker number one. Please help me welcome with all reaction buttons. Toastmaster Kat, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raminder. Fellow Toastmasters, Elisa, thank you for your great speech. Thank you for sharing with us your experience over many, many years in Toastmasters, and thank you for your service in Toastmasters. A quick question for Amber. How much time do I have? Is it the usual 2 or 3 minutes, or I think there's 5?
No, you can go as long as you want. Not a whole hour though.
Oh. Amber, did I mention I'm a DTM? Like, don't time me. You know, I can go on for hours, right?
But as a master of ceremony, I have full right to disturb you in between when you are shooting your time. Even timer is there to control you. But still, as a master of ceremony, I have full right to our audience to enjoy it and to give what best we can give it to our audience. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raminder. Let me start off by thinking about how would I evaluate you. I love the CODE evaluation structure. CODE standing for content, organization, delivery, and effect. I'm going to start off with delivery, actually, in this case. We can see that Elisa has a lot of experience in both training as well as within Toastmasters. Alicia, I love your voice. You have a great speed of speaking. You have a great variety of speaking. Sometimes you speak louder and sometimes quieter, sometimes a bit quicker and sometimes a bit slower. Fantastic. Even also in terms of the online, now we're more experienced online, but your interaction online, your eye contact with the camera was excellent. I really liked the way you organized that. Also your body language, you're very animated and energetic, using your hands, but adding value, adding energy to your presentation. Body language often online is very difficult because we don't have the big stage that we can't use the whole body. But, you know, just with the head and shoulders, you manage to bring your hands in and give us some energy. And one of the most important things about all speakers is giving energy to your audience. So congratulations on that. Also, in terms of delivery, slides. I loved your original slides that were kind of moving with some great animation. So obviously you've worked hard on preparing those slides, which were great. One point of potential improvement in terms of the slides, a lot of the slides towards the end had a lot of text, which in a small computer screen, I found it very difficult to see. So, you know, if I can't see it, then don't put it there. It's more of a distraction. One of your last slides, there was a lot of, on the web scene, people talk about white space, having lots of white space so you can see things on a web. On your last slide, I saw a lot of blue space. With the whole screen, there was something, I think it was in the top left, right? There was a part there. And then later I saw you bring some things in. But if you need a small space, make it bigger. And then as you bring in the other things, make it smaller. And then I can put it in context. Then I can see more of what you're trying to show me, if that's the case. I'd like to move into effect and then what was causing that effect. How can I say this? Alicia, I want you to develop. Now, as a distinguished Toastmaster twice, you've got a lot of experience, and I want to push you even further. I have to confess, I was a little bit bored at some points. There were some lists of things that you were giving out about the projects and things. Now, I'm not sure exactly who our audience is today in terms of how experienced they are. As a DTM myself that's been in Toastmasters for 15 years, I found a list of the pathways not very exciting and inspirational. Yeah, the title of the speech is about career development. So let's talk more about career development. So in terms of the organization, I would have liked to have heard more depth and less items. There was a lot of wisdom. You know, you were talking about the icebreaker, you need to do this, you know, talk about the evaluations, you need to do this, and there's lots of this project, we need to do this. There was a lot of wisdom in there, but I found it not so deep. So my advice for you would be to take a fewer things and have more depth. Yeah. And in terms of content, have more stories. In fact, you mentioned storytelling. I'm working on find what I said. Stories, a very good way to get people's attention. Exactly. I think it's Darren Lacroix says, show me, don't tell me. So instead of telling me that the icebreaker speech is this, this, and this, tell me about an icebreaker speech that you did and what you learned. Yeah, so tell me a story and then help me understand what you learned from that or how your career has developed through that. Show me, don't tell me. That's going to be really important for everybody, but also in terms of yourself. As we get inspired by stories. We can understand so much by stories. We can get emotional through stories. And I felt a little bit bored that, okay, we do the icebreaker project, and I wanted some more emotion. Yeah. So stories do get great emotion. So tell a story and then tell me the important. So in summary, because I'm sure Raminder is going to tell me to move away soon, you know, he's going to. So I thought your delivery was great. Your voice, your animation physically is great. I would like to hear more stories that connect with career development. So how did somebody, maybe it's yours or maybe it's one of the Toastmasters you've known through your years in Toastmasters, how did they develop their career through their memories or through their experiences with Toastmasters pathways? So lots of stories and maybe a reduced amount of content, but more in depth, and the stories is going to help you do that. Yeah, so a bit of organization, a bit of content, some great delivery, and help me enjoy it and be absolutely pinned to my screen by telling me those stories and create that effect. Thank you, Raminda. I'll hand the stage back to you.
Thank you very much,
Do
Kent,
do
for
I get a chance, do I get a chance to reply a little bit?
For me, yes.
Do I get a chance to reply a little, very short? When
We
I
have
got
50 minutes, so you can do a little bit of back and forth.
when I got the invitation from Amber, I asked Amber the purpose. She actually want me to she told me that we will invite the new Toastmaster, or even it's like a membership drive program, right? So yes, I do understand your point from your stand as a DTM, but I'm speaking to the audience when I craft this and prepare this. I prepare for the non-Toastmaster or something like a membership drive. So I want people to know why is it important, and then I want people to know what they can learn from Toastmasters, how they learn. If people see this process, they know, and they will be attracted to it. They know that there is a solid path, solid lesson to learn, not just storytelling. We are not here to make people feel good on it. We also want to make sure they know that we have the technicality, we have the lesson learned, we have all these things. So this is where I come from. Okay, back to you.
Thank you.
thank you,
I think
Kath,
I think the
and
story will be so much more impactful than just a description. And I'll leave that.
yeah,
I
thank
can
you
understand.
very much. As per the time, we have at 10 minutes. So any from the audience, plus first give round of applause to Kath and DTM Elisha again, and let's have some reaction also. I'm not saying it. Let's not let's come to the firecracker mood. We are ending up our term with big rocking each and every role we are taking as a Toastmaster or as a club member, club role or district role. Please, let's have a rocking things in our ending term. With this, I just open the floor for 5 minutes to any guest or any audience. They have any question in mind to have for the pathway or whatever, because we have very experienced people with us. The Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Elisha, and evaluation also has been done by Kath. So please, anybody have any question, please? We have 5 minutes. Huh? After that, we have a coffee break. So no one. So let me ask distinguished Toastmaster Elisha one question. Okay, as you said, I mean, like this pathway. My question is, I am going to give, or anybody who is going to take new path. So what do you have recommendation for you when he take up his ice breaking? Can you just brief us in opening, body, and conclusion what he should consolidate when he's doing a second time pathway for his ice breaking? Because you are so experienced, and please put some lights that we can understand when we are doing second time pathway, how we can approach our project of ice breaking to the new person as well to the experience. Because I have seen in evaluation, he has covered up for the new people and for the experienced people. So that's what my question for ice breaking, how we should take in when we are taking second time pathway. Over to distinguished Toastmaster Elisha.
Generally, when in 4 to 6 minutes, it's not possible to tell everything about yourself. You surely will have more things and new things to talk about yourself after the first time. Okay, the first time you can talk about very personal things, where you come from, how you start, all these things. But I'm sure that then you don't have to repeat what you have already delivered. And the second, you focus on other areas. However, in my case, I realized that each time, the next time when come to in between the first time to the second time, a lot of things happen to me in Toastmasters. I can't wait to share with people. So I have a lot to tell. The topic never run out. You just talk about your experience, your growth, your improvement, what you have learned, all these things. It's 4 to 6 minutes. It's very short. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. There is a raised hand from Amber. Can we? Yes, Toastmaster Amber.
Yes, I have not a question, but rather an appreciation to make, because DTM Alicia has a YouTube channel where she shares in depth every single path, every single level, really in depth, breaking it down for you, how to really put your focus, where to really put your focus on that pathway. For example, this is my high performance leadership project. And in her video on high performance leadership project, she explains how the focus is not the event. The focus of the high performance leadership project is the leadership. It's not about the venue. It's not about the catering. It's not about any of that. It's about how well are you able to exercise your leadership. And it's not about saying, haha, I'm such a great leader. It's about learning to become a leader through the mistakes you make. So that has been one of the things that really, really, really made my world spin around, turn my focus around completely. When at the beginning of May, I realized I only had 2 months to put together a high leadership project, performance leadership project. And I didn't know if what I was doing was right then. My vice president education from Neurodiverse Leadership, Amar Sandhu, showed me her video, and it was just like, whoa, the lights went on. And ever since, I have been explaining these little details to my mentees from their projects. And they too, these projects suddenly, from simply delivering a speech with that focus, have become such amazing experiences for my mentees as well. So this is truly what Alicia has been sharing with us. It can't sound dull and boring if you don't have an ultimate end goal. If your only goal is to become a great speaker, go ahead, entertain people, go ahead. If your end goal is to have career advancement, is to find a different kind of job, develop your skills in any area, write a book, as we will hear on Sunday evening, tomorrow evening from DTM Sandra Savage. This is a completely different perspective on pathways. My intention here is also to help people see how Pathways has been receiving a bad rap since it's arrived. People have been calling it an epic fail. Well, if we do it right, it can be the equivalent of a whole university degree, truly, when we do it the right way. So thank you again, dear DTM Alicia, for being so ready to jump on board with this project, for helping me out, and for bringing your message to the rest of the world through this as well. Thank you for everything you've been doing and for inspiring so many people. Back to you.
Yes, yes, because Because there are many ways we can serve Toastmasters, not only district position. I don't have any district position now, but I want to serve Toastmaster. And that YouTube channel, you call my YouTube, my Toastmasters World. I created all these videos. Video is easy, so you can repeatedly listen to it and explain, and you can get almost everything you need as a new Toastmaster from that website. I think I have more than 100, about 100 videos created there already. Go ahead to use that. That's why I encourage everyone to use it, especially for the new Toastmaster, especially for the new club officers, where this can be a very good resource to them, for them.
Thank you very much. Now, wherever you are, you just start your 10 minutes break. I'll say not a coffee break, stretch break, because wherever you are, somewhere you may be want to have a dinner, or somewhere you want to have a coffee, or somewhere you want to have a snack. Please go and have a 10 minutes. Start your timer for 10 minutes. We will be rejoining after 10 minutes. Is it okay? Can I have thumbs up? Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think we can still have a chit chat while we are on a break.
Oh, yes, we can.
Otherwise, it might become an awkward silence for all the people who are present in the meeting.
Right. Although I do believe that a break is in order as well. Got a coffee for myself. Has anyone got any comments, any questions, any ideas you would like to share? Feel free to network with everyone.
Yes, as a trainer, it is very difficult to accommodate all needs. But my focus is to help people who want to learn seriously and get improvement.
Mhm.
Because yeah, learning seriously is no fun, right? It's no fun. It's quite sometimes like dry and boring. I do understand why he wants me to inject story. Nonetheless, when you are juggling with time restriction, you want to give more the technical aspect, make people see how you learn, help people understand the process of learning. I think this is very important for the new Toastmaster or the guests. Show them that we do have a serious education system to really make you a good speaker. So this is what I have in mind when I prepare this.
Yes, unfortunately, recently I've had the various Toastmasters contacting me, asking me if in my other clubs it's the same tran the whole time. And that's so sad because it's like as you said right at the beginning of your presentation, all of the sparkle, all of the enthusiasm of becoming a better communicator fades away when it's just about communicating and it's not about actually achieving something greater that goes beyond being able to speak.
I do see the reality of a lot of people who drop off, right? Who stop Toastmasters. It's because they think there's no fun anymore. If people only focus on having fun, eventually they find boring. Then I mean they are not serious. Only those people who are serious about learning and improving, they will stay. They will know that it's in my club. We have a game session to refresh them, okay, to reward them. But other than that, we are quite serious about learning. Okay, you learn. Of course, if give feedback and evaluation, I always give feedback and to all my the second opinion to all my members. And my feedback is really focused on what they need to improve and learn. So we are kind of scheduled in the sense that when you learn, you seriously learn. When you play, you seriously play. And we have game session, very fun. We blast, we laugh together, we go crazy, all kind of games we have. Then we refresh and then we continue. So this is the way we schedule.
I have a certain different kind of viewpoint out here, because even while learning, if we are not enjoying that process, we are eventually going to drop off. So I think that the fun element is not as in having games or something like that, but we have to find ways how to have fun while learning. Like, what motivates us? What is the greater goal that we are achieving in this journey? So as they say, like, the goal is important, but even more important is how is the journey happen. So if we enjoy the journey, we'll definitely reach the goal. So
Yeah, in my experience, in my club, at least I speak from my club, I don't know others. I find that my members, the appreciation, the heart of appreciation can last longer than just having fun.
yes.
When I say we focus on learning, it doesn't mean we don't enjoy. We do enjoy. We do
Oh,
enjoy.
I understand.
Enjoy in the sense that when we talk positively, we uplift each other, right? And then the members see how much you have contributed, your effort put in to help them, and they appreciate that. And it is the appreciation that stick to me for many years. If those people who come in to have fun, they leave. So actually, it's the heart of appreciation that bond everybody together, according to my experience.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
It's also about every club has its vibe. So the people who want to only have fun, there are clubs for only fun. So it's about helping everyone find where they fit best. Like some of my mentees, they will tell me, oh, I don't know, I'm not too sure about staying in this club as well, right? Or maybe they have a conflict with someone. So I say, you don't have to stay in the same club. If you're not feeling like this club fits you, then find the club that does fit you, because there's so many different types of club, and maybe you want to be part of more than one kind of club. Like you want a club where you're really serious that can help you with one thing. You want a club where you can just hang out and just have fun, just joke all the time, because those are fantastic places as well. I've been to some of those, and you find your niche slowly. That's the beauty of Toastmasters, especially now that we can go international via all of the online meetings, that we can really find the tribes that we work with the best. So that's another thing to be seeing. Like I met Pramatesh because I joined one of the clubs via his club meeting via someone else's invite to their club meeting. So it's like fantastic. And then you're hanging out in India and suddenly you meet someone from America who's coming to check it out as well. And that's how you make so many more friends, and then you create a whole international true web of connection, finding the people that you like to be with.
For me, I have fun just by enjoying it myself. I don't need those external things to make me happy, but I'm happy because I love this platform. So when you approach me, I already know if you appreciate my speech, the way I talk, I know who you are. And that's why I accepted your invitation.
Wow, thank you. And With that, it's time up. The break is over.
Okay, we are back.
We're back.
I have my mango shake. What do you have? Coffee or some snacks? Or chit chat only? Okay, moving ahead. Now our break time is over. Let's come to our agenda. Are we ready to have another session from our great presenter? See, we as a team, when we do something, the results comes very fantastic and it makes a difference to everyone. When Amber told me we want to do this, so I was thinking, and whenever I was seeing this flyer, she has not mentioned who is organizing this. Have you noticed that? There was nothing said who is organizing this show, but there was a message for every one of us, for our pathway learning, and she has in a mind that our end of Toastmaster term and beginning of our Toastmaster new term should have made a difference which we could not make in previous year. Next year we should make a difference. So same thing she has elaborated in the message. Let's start with end in our mind. So that was the message which she want to give, and I am very happy that she has very well connected everybody and passed on the message. More thing which I appreciate of her, she was reach out to everybody. Not she has controlled herself to one place. She has reached out to the world to come together and show this unity of humanity in us, human being. We are all human beings to make a difference of each other. So not coming in between our next session of mentoring with purpose. Next session is mentoring with purpose. To take this further, we have Toastmaster. Currently, he is serving as Vice President Education of Unicorn Vice Toastmaster Club, District 124, Area H2, Kolkata, India. Bhalobashi, am I right? I think. Okay, some people have not understood, but from Kolkata, he has understood what I said. How are you? I said in Bengali. I don't know Bengali, but since I am traveling so much, and my father was in army, and I used to go so many places, so I met so many people, so I know little bit of Bengali. In Dubai, there are so many Bangladeshi and Bengali people are there. So, Pathway Project Level 4 workshop, mentoring with a purpose, he is going to tell us. He will cover challenges, expectation, secret of successful mentoring, relationship, and myth of mentoring. Here, he has taken my attention to the myth. We all have myths in our life. Even we, as our distinguished Toastmaster told Alicia that she is not going to be 60-year-old. I am sure still some myths she might be carrying away. Because we are human beings and sometimes we are bound to take that myth. So let's not go into the myth. Let's come to the reality, what mentoring with a purpose. To take this stage forward, we have a distinguished Toastmaster, Pramadish Brokotiki. Maybe I'm pronouncing that other word not properly, but Pramadish, I can pronounce very well. With this, please help me with all your reaction button to our distinguished Toastmaster Paramdish to take further to us for mentoring with a purpose. Toastmaster Paramdish, its
Just a
stage is
small
for you.
correction here. Just a small correction. I am not a distinguished Toastmaster yet. So I will just take it as a blessing from you that someday it might come true. Thank
Sir,
you.
there is as I said in previous introduction, that DTM also pronounced as a, don't time it. And DTM also is a desired Toastmaster. So to be distinguished very soon, right? So we'll take in that way, and we wish you all the best for distinguish also. Please, stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. So today I will be speaking about a little bit about mentoring, and as Raminder Singh has already spoken, that I will be covering 5 sections, that is challenges, expectations, secrets. Some also say it as tips, but I call it secrets, and myths, and I will finish it with some call to outcomes in the mentoring process. So are we all ready? Yeah. So before I begin, I would like to ask all of you a question. What is the tagline of Toastmaster International?
Where
Someone
leaders
can-
are made. Where leaders are
Yes.
made.
So the reason I ask this question is because it is the purpose of Toastmasters International that it ensures that we become leaders. We are not here just for public speaking, but there are about 300 and more than 300 competencies that we develop, and through which we become leaders in our respective fields. So my next question out here is, what do you think is an ideal mentor? Anyone can answer. I want it to be very interactive. Amber, you are in.
No, I removed the spotlight, that way you can see anyone who raises their hand, maybe. Ideal mentor, someone
Can
who,
anyone say
excuse me?
what is an ideal mentor?
For me, the ideal mentor is someone who knows the way ahead and shows you where you can go, but also shows you the possible pitfalls. And they don't do it for you, but they do help you see all of the possibilities and pave your way Not too much, just enough.
Okay. I see Amar Sandhu also raising his hand.
Yeah, I've seen two kind of mentors that work really well. One is a like drill sergeant, someone who knows the way and just pushes and has your best intentions in mind. So that's one style. And then another might be the gentle mentor, somebody who persuades, cajoles, encourages you kind of like as a partner to find your way.
Okay. Anyone else would like to pitch in? Just last one I would like to. Okay. The reason I ask this question is because this brings me to the question, what are the challenges that a mentor or a mentee faces? So one of the biggest challenges a mentor faces is unrealistic expectations. So what do I mean by unrealistic expectations? So when I started my Toastmaster journey, I thought that I have a mentor and he will do everything for me. He will lead me into success, and I took him for granted most of the time. But that was a very unrealistic uh, expectation from my side. The second challenge that most mentors feel is that the mentee does not have any clear goals. Or sometimes the mentee has a goal, but the mentor fails to understand the, clear, the goals clearly. And another challenge that a mentor faces is lack of preparation. When I say lack of preparation, I don't mean that the mentee is lacking in preparation. What I mean is that sometimes a mentor is not well prepared, and before taking the job of mentor. So I will describe it in how to overcome this. The next challenge that a mentor faces is lack of commitment. It can happen from both sides, from the mentor side or a mentee side. And the biggest challenge I say is a mentor might get biased. He might be judgmental. Being judgmental is quite a human nature, and it's perfectly normal to be judgmental. We become a better human being only after practicing and how to stay away from this process, how to not be judgmental. So these are the few of the challenges. Would anyone like to add some more challenges that a mentor might face? Anyone? I see quite a lot of senior Toastmasters here. Even the mentees might be facing challenges. They can also pitch in.
I have a question. This is related
Yes.
with the mentee thing.
Yes.
Mostly, I have seen that mentors are assigned to a mentee, and
Yes.
in most cases, the mentee may not prefer that mentor. The mentee may ask that president or anyone, can you assign this mentor to me? But in 90% of the times, they already assign a mentor and then give it to the mentee. And sometimes it becomes a challenge. What is your views? What are your views on that?
Okay. Let me tell you that you can choose your mentor. That's the first question. That's the first reply to you. So you don't need to feel uh, stuck with one. And there's one more thing I would like to say, that you can have as many mentors as you like. There is no limitation to that as well. So, and I will come to that in my later part also, like how to find your best mentor as well. So, is there any other question? Or anyone who like to add to challenges? Then okay. So now I would like to move on to the next section, that is the expectations. These are more likely similar to what I said in the previous session only. The first expectations a mentor for a mentor is that a mentor should be available all the time. When I say all the time, I don't mean that a mentee can just call him at midnight and he is available. I don't mean that. But whenever there is a doubt, there are various modes of communication where you can fix an appointment and clear your doubts. So a mentor has to be always available. So that is first thing. And a mentor has to be an active listener. And when I say active listener, he or she has to be completely keep his or her judgmental mind when the mentee is speaking. So this allows us to understand the mentee in a better way. And the third thing about mentorship is understanding the leadership style of the mentee. Now there are 4 M's that helps in understanding the learning style of a mentee. The first M is what motivates the mentee. The second M is how can I make him commit to his goals. And the third M is how can I modify the environment so that I can, as a mentee, can gel with my mentee. And the fourth M is how can I monitor the progress of the mentee. These 4 M's make a good mentee relationship. And this also brings us to having SMART goals. SMART, that is specific, measurable, relevant and time bound goals. So what I mean by smart goals is that, for example, I want to achieve a goal. Let us say I want to have a sales figure of 1 million rupees in the next financial year. So how do I do it? If I think of 1 million rupees, I will never achieve it. I will have to break it down by what will be the sales figure in each month. And it's not just divided by 12. I have to look at various factors like in which month I have to, I might have good sales, and I have to break it down. Just like in sports, they have like they break the goals within the first within the time, like before the first half. What should be the score in the second half? What should be score? If the score ties, what should be the strategy? So everything has to be broken down, and that is how we go into that. That is, it is not just smart, like because of the acronym, but it has to be smart in the way we approach the goals. And the goals have to be very specific. And just like a mentee should be open to feedback, even a mentor should be open to feedback. Since I started mentoring, one exercise that I always carry on is I send a evaluation form to my mentees, and they tell me how can I improve the relationship between me and my mentee. That has helped me grow a lot more, and not just as a mentee, but as a leader too. And another thing is meeting consistently. Here I want to ask, how often do you think that meeting consistently should? Is it 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, once in a 6 month, or once in a year? I just want to ask everyone.
Before every speech.
That is not very specific. If you are going to speak once in 10 years, then you are not actually meeting your mentors consistently.
Once in
Accord-
10 years, once in 10 years. If that is your goal, that's your goal. So what is the problem? If once in a week, once in a week.
According to the Pathways Mentor Program, you have to talk to each other, talk 2 hours a month, minimum 2 hours a month.
Okay.
According to the Pathway Mentor Program. I did that
Okay.
a long time ago.
Okay. And
For
anyone
me-
else would?
For me personally,
I would.
I find that the best mentor-mentee relationship is progressive. It starts out being closer, and as the mentee progresses, it can get more spread out. But at the beginning, it has to be very consistent. That's the way I find in most of my mentoring situations as the mentor. As the mentee, it has been Okay, I'm not speaking only about Toastmasters. I'm speaking about, I used to be in a network marketing for 20 years. And there we had, the mentor was called the sponsor. And there it would depend very much on the mentor. If the mentor is not consistent though, then the mentee ultimately gives up. I've noticed this.
Okay. Okay. Now I will come back to the reply to the question of it's Dharma Jan Pateri, right? You are the, you said that if I am speaking 10 years apart, then that's my goal. So when I say consistently, I mean that my behavior should be predictive. Even if you're meeting 10 years, after 10 years also, my behavior should be predictive. So if my mentor is not able to predict me, then I am not consistent. Similarly, if I am not able to predict the behavior of my mentor, then also it is not consistent. So timeline is not much important, but the more important thing is what is the value that we get after each interaction. So that is my answer to your question. I hope I am I could answer your question. Dharmanjan, is it clear, sir?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Mentorship, actually, if you don't base on the requirement, then everything is flexible. But really, every individual, every mentorship also can be very different, depend on the two individuals. But ultimately, these two have to come to a conclusion, an agreement, how to work together, time-wise. Okay, so I have people told me, don't call me weekend because my weekend is all for family. So you have to find the comfort zone, the level, how to work each other. You need to have that kind of guideline to talk it out. And I don't want you to call me in the morning. There are people told me. So you want, and how often? I will let you know. Some mentee, they said, I will let you know my time. I will convert. So you might be able to remind, it has been 2 weeks. How is it now? Do have you, I'm just following up if you are too busy and forgot, something like that. But the bottom line is you have to work, these two person is interactive, is mutual. These two person have to come to the middle and work it out. How often, how much, all these things, there's no specific answer to a mentorship. If you want to follow the guideline of a pathway, then there are guidelines that you can follow. Okay, that's all.
Yeah, thank you. And that is something very important point that you made. And in fact, I also spoke about that that when I spoke about availability, it's that when the mentee needs you, the mentor has to be available, but it has to be like even the mentor, it has to be within the time that suits mentor and mentee as well. So that has to be come after, that can come only after a common agreement between the mentor and mentee. Now, before going to the next section, I would like to ask if anyone has a question till now. Okay. And before I go into my next session, that is secrets of mentoring, I would like to ask uh, a few questions here. How many of you have a mentoring, or you have been mentored by someone else outside of Toastmasters? Okay, I see two hands. Yeah, I think someone in the chat also said, like Lisa, Keith, and Amber, they mentioned about either they have been mentored or they have mentored someone else. Uh, yeah, Ravinder, you raised a hand. Do you want to say something?
Yes, when it is
Ravinder?
outside the, yes, when it is
Yes.
outside the Toastmaster, there we are not considered as a mentor, you know. Mentor
Yeah.
is now, it is getting popular in the market as coaches, mentoring, and all this. So
Mhm.
we were doing it, but not as a specific mentor or mentee relationship has been told to us, or we were understanding. Now it is more popular mentor mentee, but in my case, I was learning and helping others. Like when I was a manager of the company, I was seeing that my juniors were quite well enough to take the challenges of when I am not there.
Okay.
So that was my mentoring to my subordinate, that they should take the challenge when I am not there.
Yeah,
Over to you.
I completely agree to that. And sometimes we are subconsciously mentoring people, or being mentored by someone else. So there is some conscious mentor and there is some subconscious mentors. And uh, in the conscious mentor, like we are, whom we are like officially, like not just under a legal agreement or something, but we let them know that we want supervision or advice in something like that. So those are conscious mentor. So when we come to mentoring, and just like I think someone asked that about the mentoring, like we have been assigned, they have been assigned from the club that a mentor. So how to find the right mentor? Can anyone just give any idea? Okay, I think that is a very big question that remains uh, a mystery for most of us for a large part of our life. So the very first thing that we need to do is a very self-assessment. We need to understand what we want in our life. Sometimes it can be very little things in our life. Maybe like I want a pen, that is a specific pen. Like why I need that pen? Because I want to write in a certain way. Similarly, it can be a larger goal in a life, that just like someone might have a goal to become a, a better professional in their life. maybe an engineer or a doctor or a sports person. Everyone has their different goals in it, or they want to become more fit. So just list down all those small goals. Then map down whom do you look up to so that they can help you in this to attain this goal. Remember, mentoring helps you accelerate to reach you to that goal. Suppose I want to be a storyteller. Who are the storytellers around me in my network, in my friend circles, from whom I can learn? Sometimes just by observing them, sometimes reaching out to them and understanding what is their process. So first assess your goals, and this will help you categorize your like for each goal you can have a separate mentor, or you can have mentors who are good in more than one goals that you so take help of different people to achieve different goals. Does anyone have a question in this point?
Can I share something and make it clear?
Yes.
I think we need to be clear what is really mentorship, right? Mentoring is a general term for whoever is willing to guide you, provide you advice. Okay? It's just that in Toastmasters, we do have kind of in our Toastmasters practice, every new member will be assigned a mentor. So in Toastmasters, mentoring is like almost like mandatory. It's in the system. But the mentor itself, the word itself actually is general. Whoever is willing to help you and guide you, advise you, be there for you, that is a mentor. You are right, we can have many mentors. And my mentor, one of my key mentor is DTM Department Manam. He was the past international president. He still is my mentor. I also go to him if I need help, I need advice, I need someone to confirm. So coaching is different. You can be mentor, also can be you will need mentoring. At the same time, need coaching. Coaching is when you need specific help in a time, under the specific time. You zoom in, okay, let's do a coaching session. Then you zoom in. There is a difference between coaching and mentoring. Mentoring is going on. Coaching is specific. Yeah, that's I want to clear up.
I'm glad that you mentioned about the coaching and because even I believe that coaching and mentoring are two different. A coach can be a good mentor, but a mentor may not be a good coach.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So a mentor helps you to achieve a goal by giving you wise advice. They are here to share their wisdom. So, but sometimes as a person, I may not be the best person to answer all the questions that a mentee has. Like, even while I am speaking, you might have noticed that my vocal variety is not that great. So I cannot tell my mentee how to achieve great vocal variety. So I can direct my mentee to someone who is a great mentor in vocal variety. So that is what I meant, that if you have these are set goals, you are going to get a good mentor. So since I mentioned that, so where are the places where you find mentors? You have to first look into your friends and family who can be your inspiration, because within your friend circle also there may be someone telling you, always giving you advice that has helped you in life. He is a kind of mentor also. The second place is LinkedIn. We often underestimate the power of LinkedIn. If you think that someone is doing a great job, and you can ask if they can mentor you. So you can look into LinkedIn. And the third and the most important thing, ask your mentors. Whom do they look up to? Who are the mentors? Then they will say that really inspired by this person, and you can also reach out to them, and then you can also seek mentorship under them. So there are many other ways we can find and request if anyone has any other tips to find mentors. Yes, Amber.
Sometimes there are no mentors available. And so when that happens, I go to the books and the videos of the people who inspire me most. For example, Tony Robbins. For example, Lisa Nichols. For example, books. Oh, for example, the poem that we used as a table topics the other week. Things that will remind me where to look, even though it's maybe lessons I already know. Things that will remind me of my goal, so that I keep on track until I find the person who can sustain me in one-to-one conversations.
Yeah, thank you. And
I think we must differentiate the context. We are now in the context of Toastmasters. We need to stick to the Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, the VPE is the one who assign mentors to the new members. Of course, if the two of them, after they get together, they know each other, they don't feel good, the VPE can assign them with different pair them with different persons. The VPE can even sort out from other clubs within Toastmasters. Because if we are talking about things within Toastmaster, we need to get Toastmaster. We cannot get non-Toastmaster to be our mentor because they don't know enough of Toastmasters. And only Toastmasters know how to mentor Toastmaster in the Toastmasters context. So that's why if we jump out of Toastmaster, that would be too broad for us to talk about.
I completely agree with that. So here I would like to say two things that first of all, it, only a Toastmaster can help you attain Toastmaster goal. So, and when I am regarding Ember, I just want to say that there are two kinds of mentors, that is conscious and subconscious as well. For example, I am very much impressed with Steve Jobs, but there is no way I can just meet him and tell him that to become a mentor for me. So his ideas, which were broadcasted through his books and videos, really inspire me and helps me find how can I reach that kind of excellence. And the reason I am talking about those having a mentor outside, because I have seen in my journey in Toastmasters that many people have not experienced mentorship outside of Toastmasters. Mentorship is a brilliant thing, and it can help you attain your goals faster. So my next point here is how do you engage with the mentors? Would anyone like to pitch in? Okay. It is so coming to the Toastmasters scene, it is what do you want from Toastmasters? That is important, because when you join Toastmaster, you might have some purpose in your mind and you wanted to achieve that goal. Are you achieving that goal? That is the question that you need to keep asking every time. And how do you do that? So, with each pathway assignment, there is a great amount of resource that is being provided. And with each assignment, it is also mentioned that what is the competency that you are gaining out of this assignment. Read that, try to understand what this purpose actually means, try to comprehend, and see, it's not just delivering random speeches. Try to think how I can add value to my life. When you are trying to do that, you are also adding value to the people who are listening to you. When you are speaking about that, for example, I will give you my story about that. I had to do a speech on a research talk. There is a like present a speech with research. I hope most of you have gone through it. And I delivered a speech on how to increase the credit score. Because at that time, it was very much important to me. I needed a loan and I was not getting it because I did not have a credit score. So I did research on how to get a credit score, and not just that, how to increase it in a way so that I can negotiate the interest rates with the bank and then get it. So I was so deep into it. Then when I delivered the speech, everyone felt that this was a great speech, more in content. Maybe I lacked somewhere in the delivery part, but they really liked the content. And the second thing is, what do you have to offer to the mentor? I always say that before asking something from the mentor, you have to also think about how I can be of help to the mentor. Sometimes it can be like they may be, I can help by achieving their pathway goals, or I can help my mentor by giving my feedback as to how they can grow and how the mentor can achieve their personal life goals. It is not just true in within Toastmasters, but it is also true outside of Toastmasters. It is a give and take relationship. So sometimes it may be difficult for the mentee to give back immediately, but the feeling of gratefulness helps them to return whenever they are in a position to give back to their mentors. So that is one thing. And the fourth point I would like to say that how to keep a mentor. That is a very interesting topic to discuss. Like, first of all, a mentee has to respect the mentor. What I mean by respect, is it just because of hierarchy? I would say that no. When I say respect, it means that I should respect the time that my mentor gives to me. I should trust the advice given by mentor. And if I have any doubts, I have to ask it immediately while communicating in a respectful manner. And second thing is follow up promptly. If a mentor says that do it now on, as a mentee, it's our job, because sometimes time is a big factor that the advice that the mentor has given might not be relevant after some time. Always keep your mentor informed. What is your progress? What is your goals that you are trying to? So these are, now I'd like to ask if anyone has any question. No one? I think I have been very boring, so that I just no one is understanding my question or disagreeing with what I am trying to say.
No, I very much appreciate what you're saying. Actually, I am the kind of person that if people ask me for any kind of advice, I will give them, or information, I will give them very much. I will answer all of their questions and everything. And then if I see that someone is discouraged, I will step in and give them a word of encouragement. And it was someone who I gave I sent them a voice message of 7 minutes to encourage them. And they sent me a message back and said, wow, you just dedicated 7 minutes of your time to me? I'm like, yeah, that's what mentors do. So, but it hit me very much, like this person showed so much respect. Whereas sometimes there are people who don't show any respect. They make appointments, they don't show up. They, during the time together, there's not much, there's nothing really to say, nothing really going on. So yes, thank you for making that point of the importance of being respectful of the mentor's time, and not only the mentor's time, but when you're respectful of the mentor's time, you're actually respectful of your own time too.
Okay, now I will go to the next section, that is the myths of mentor. The very first myth is that mentors know everything. Mentors don't know anything, and it's perfectly fine. And as a mentor, it's I don't know anything. I generally say that give me some time, I will get back to you with a proper reply. Or sometimes if I know that even I cannot give a reply in a time-bound manner, I direct it to someone who has the right answers for them. The second myth of mentoring is that mentoring is not a shortcut. It is not a shortcut to success. A mentoring can only guide you to the right path. How to sometimes they may also say that this might be the challenges you might face when you are walking a certain path. I remember my mentor, Gaurav Jain. Just after joining, I was invited to speak to a group of students. So the coordinator said that they were design students, but my mentor said that this university is MBA teaches MBA college, MBA students. So he gave me, if they are design student, give this kind of speech. If they are MBA students, give this kind of speech. And I was totally prepared what I have to speak. I was not surprised when I found that the students were all MBA students. They wanted to understand the business model of our business. If they were design students, they would have asked about how to implement certain product designs. So that is what. So my Toastmaster mentor also helped me in outside of Toastmasters. So don't feel shy when asking questions outside of Toastmaster also to your mentor. Toastmasters are generally very competitive outside of Toastmasters. They have achieved a lot in their professional life as well. Another myth is Toastmasters need to be older than you. Let me tell you, all my mentors are younger, except a few of my the mentors. I have a complete ecosystem of mentors, and 80% of them are younger than me. They mentor me because they have so much wisdom that they have gathered from the way they were being raised up. So it really helps me in my life. Another myth is mentoring is only for unsuccessful people. That is not true. Even if you are successful, you still need to grow, because there is no set definition of success. So higher you reach in your life, your goals are even higher. So mentoring is not just for unsuccessful people, it is even for successful people. So mentoring, can anyone think of any other myth that they have come across? You're on mute.
Right now, I can't think of any others. I think you got them all. Or does someone else have a myth that they think about mentors?
I think one of them is also that friends and family cannot be mentors. They are our biggest mentors, right? Because based on your uh, people you are with, you are you can be successful in your life. So now I am wrapping up my session. So the first thing I'd like to say that set smart goals in your life, and not just in your life, but even in mentoring. Take this as a one step ahead to enhance your leadership skill. Because if you look at the leadership ladder, the highest leadership role is when you become an influencer. And how you become an influencer? You can become an influencer when you have a set of mentees. You because you have imbibed your values into your mentees, and this mentees have imbibed these values to their mentees, and there's a complete chain. So you are a change maker in your way. So that is the highest form of leadership. So at this, find the right mentor. And I have already mentioned how to find the right mentor in your life. And mentors are accelerators in your journey towards success. So these are the key takeaways from this session. I hope this helps. And there's one more thing that I want to say, that in Toastmasters, when you finish level 2, there is another pathway that opens up. That is about mentoring. Use that resource. Activate it if you have not activated it yet, and use that resource. In that resource, you will find that there is a self-assessment uh, uh, document. There is a document where you do a protege assessment. There is a document where you monitor the progress of your mentee, there is a document which asks for feedback every month from your mentee, and at the end of your 6-month term, you can also do a complete evaluator of how you did your role as a mentor. So use that resource, and it will help you grow as a person in your life. So with this, I hand over to the chair. Over to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Parmadish, for wonderful insight on the pathway mentoring and giving us resources also. So now it is time to evaluate you. To evaluate you, we have a person who is stand-up comedian, and I know him. He is a very good, person who can make you understand how to use online platform. So he is a keynote speaker, workshop panelist, and so much. If I start, I cannot end up on what he is. So I'll not go into detail of this. He's from Empire Toastmaster, and I'm sure he will recognize me also, because one time he given a session to us in when our district was 1 of 5, and now we are a part of, we are separate part as a district 1 to 7. So please help me welcome with applause and with reaction button to our evaluator for our speaker number 2, Ramesh Elos. I cannot pronounce well. I think I will say E.T. Please welcome our Toastmaster with all his background of knowledge of online platform and comedy and workshops, keynote, a lot many things which I know he is very found in D86 district also. Please help me welcome, and stage is for you, Elos.
Thank you, Mr. Reminder. And yes, we just got ourselves the best mentor yet for all Toastmasters. PM Pramates, congratulations! Congratulations for sharing your experience. Yes, as a Toastmasters, we enjoy our progress. We enjoy our journey. We are once a mentee, and then we got assigned a mentor. When I first joined Toastmasters, I got a mentor, a very distinguished mentor. He is DTM Alan Setiawan. I do believe those who are in Indonesia or outside of Indonesia in our district know him very well because of his contribution and his experience in mentoring so many people. And yes, in Empire, my home club, he is like the one source of wisdom. He knows everything about Toastmasters. Well, just to be clarified, he doesn't really know more about pathways. And yes, I think you can use this kind of in speech. We have like segment or expertise. You can use this as the pathways mentoring. So you can make it specific about pathways. How pathways mentors your club member related to their own profession, professional, or their own entrepreneurship. You can use some of the story of the success story of your mentee and how you help them from the beginning until yet, not yet. We know it is not at least, but we are going to be stronger together. And yes, in Toastmasters, we are not only limiting the mentoring session only for 2 levels. Yes, some of those people are just limiting, okay, you are just graduating from level 2. So you are no longer need a mentor. Wrong. And yes, you can put it some of those exception of your own experience with your club members there. You can share that how each of them struggles. Maybe there are struggles in ice breaking, or some of them are already excellent in ice breaking. You can use some of those case studies. Bring it to us. We need more practical. Here in this session, begin with the end in mind. When Amber approached me, well, to be frankly say that, Amber, come on, I'm not the guy that will deliver about pathways. First of all, I haven't completed any pathways yet. Well, it is. I'm only VC3 and PM3. I'm still enjoying the journey of being there. I'm just here stay in my club to support my member, to become their main mentor. And yes, in Toastmasters, I have been known as the podcast mentor. So I have my own brand there. You can have your own brand. Maybe you can more specific about entrepreneurship mentor or else anything that you can come up with. And also some of people already know me about comedy, humor. That's it. You can be the comedy mentor. You can be the humor mentor. You can make those people's speeches not only just flat from the beginning until the end, and then the audience got sleepy and they are gone. No, no, no. We need you. You are the right person to be here in our mentoring pathways. And yes, in all of those clubs, we induct member, mentor, and mentee. And yes, we need to cherish the relationship that we have with our mentor and with our mentee. To conclude this, Pramates, thank you for sharing your experience as a mentor. You give some of your methods, you deliver some of the myths, and yes, we do love you. So keep on being you, keep on delivering more speeches. Don't worry, be happy. In Toastmasters, this is the best place to practice. There is no such thing like right or wrong, hate or love. No. Yes, some people say that we cannot be agreed to all of those people. Me, myself, I got some haters from Toastmasters because they don't understand me. So, no worries. I just give one advice. One friend is not enough. One enemy is more than enough. But believe me, we are here to be your friend. At least we are 14 people here ready to support you, to become your mentee, and please guide us, our mentor, Pramates. Back to you, Raminder.
Thank you very much. Give him a big round of applause, and reaction buttons help him. And with this, we are approaching to the session where I have to sign off. Before I go and sign off from my Master of Ceremony responsibility, please go to your chat box and give us feedbacks how this session was, and give us your evaluation and your feedbacks so that we can bring you more and more to start something with the end in mind. So our goal was to begin with end in mind. We have completed 2 speeches and with 2 evaluation, and now please help me thanking and giving our heartfelt gratitude to all our speakers. Speaker number 1 and was Alicia. She has left. And next speaker was Toastmaster Parmadish, and helping me this evaluation. There was Toastmaster Kath and Toastmaster Elosh. Oh, my name is also there. Huh? I am not helping actually. I am just, enjoying the session with your all feedbacks and our this Zoom master Lisa. So can we all now can on our video so that we can have a lovely picture of our memory? Thank you very much, Lisa. Okay, you are the Zoom master. Can you just click a good picture of us so that it will be in our mind? With this, let me say goodbye from UAE, Dubai. Right now I am in Sharjah. So let's what we learned from speaker number 1, speaker number 2, and we were not behind when we were having our, evaluations and we were participating. One thing we learned is that we should be interactive, right? Unless until we are interactive and we begin, we cannot end. So let's take a first step to begin and think of our big step which we have to reach. With this, thank you very much, and over to the dynamic person who has taken all her effort to bring us together for this wonderful session, begun with the end in mind. Please help me welcome now and giving stage to the person who deserve it. I don't deserve it, but this place is for Toastmaster Amber Karina. Please take your stage and give us few words so that we can go with your permission, because we have to also end somewhere.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
oh, please, the meeting is. Thank you so much, Ravinder. Thank you, each and every one of you who showed up today to participate in this event. International, coming from Toastmasters from all districts, all over the world, coming together. And a special thanks to Pramatesh for overcoming your personal limit and choosing to show up and play full out anyways. Most people do not know this. Pramatesh is struggling with a speech hindrance, which causes him difficulty in expressing himself. So thank you so much. We did not notice that. It was more like you were constantly thinking deeply on stuff. So fabulous job for your very first workshop. Special thanks also to DTM Eliesha, who joined us today, because when I contacted her just last week, I didn't expect her to say yes, because it's like the time was super short. And she says, oh, no, I'm on board with this. I love this idea. So thank you so much for being so ready to show up and share your super precious time, share these insights that I hope will help bridge the gaps between, as Pramatesh was saying, brand new mentors who maybe don't know everything yet, that you don't need to know everything. You just have to know how to accompany the person in your care to where they can find the information, and also for bridging the gaps between our countries in true spirit of Toastmasters. Thank you to all of the guests, and thank you also to E.T. for jumping on today as well. He was actually up only for tomorrow. And Lisa for having been the first time in her life ever a Zoom master. And of course, my dear mentor, Raminder, for accepting the role as MC of the day. And with that, we can now either everyone go off to have your lunches, your dinners, whatever, go to sleep, some of you, or else you can choose to hang out and network a little bit and chit chat. Thanks once again, and see you all tomorrow, the ones who are coming for the second part of this event. Ciao, ciao. And we will stop the
Thanks,
recording.
Amber. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.